Hey everybody, it's Charlie. There's this big long clip of Minka Kelly talking about Titan Season 1, when it's coming out, what's going on with the characters, what it's going to look like. So I'll play that, then I'll break it down and talk about the rumor about who's playing Trigon on the series. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I have new giveaway stuff that I'll explain at the end of the video too. So here's that clip.
This show is part of the DC universe?
Yeah, so DC Comics is launching their own streaming service, and they will be launching it with this show in the fall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Where do you guys shoot it?
In Toronto. We just wrapped our first season a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice. How do you like it up there?
I love it. It's a beautiful city.
Yeah.
Great people, great food.
And this new show, Titans, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about Dove.
Dove is part of a duo, Hawk and Dove. Dove is the avatar.
Hawk and Dove.
Hawk and Dove, yeah. Dove is the avatar of peace. Hawk is the avatar of war. She balances them out. Mm-hmm. It's not often you get to see a love story with superheroes, so that's one thing that's different from this show than any other one.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You don't see, because superheroes have feelings too.
Well,
there's romantic.
The fact that we're actually not superheroes, we're vigilantes. So you get to see the backstory of how we became vigilantes, what happened in our lives that broke us, that made us want to fight to protect the good of the people.
But you have heroic powers, correct?
I have a background in ballet and
What do you pirouette around people?
gymnastics and jujitsu. So I'm pretty talented. So I can fight. And I have a super suit, and I have wings.
We have the same background, by the way, just coincidentally. Seriously. But go on. I don't have wings, though. Go on.
I have 30-pound wings that I wear that I can't fly because they try and it's as realistic as possible.
Wait, you can't fly because what?
I can't fly because that would be not realistic. You know, that I'm
but you have wings, so it's not realistic.
I have wings.
They're decorative.
They're my shield, and they're my weapon. So I take people under my wing and protect them, and I slice people with them when I fight.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the fighting, we all have our own individual specific style of fighting, and mine in particular is like a dancer.
Oh, wow. Were you a dancer growing up? Did you have any background?
Not really, especially not in ballet. So I had to, that's probably giving something away. But anyway, my background, she's a ballerina. That's okay. That's my secret.
Okay.
But I had to train, and that was probably the hardest training I've ever done.
Be sure to check out Minka in Titans later this year on DC Universe.
So that gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on with the series, when it's going to drop. Thank you very much, Mario Lopez, for getting that out of her. So, biggest things first. They are trying to keep it balanced between doing comic book stuff and doing real world stuff. So like watching Dove fly around with 30-pound wings would look kind of ridiculous. If you saw the Hawks flying on Legends of Tomorrow during the big 4-way crossover when they first debuted, it looked kind of funny. So I am totally fine with them changing Dove just a little bit so that she doesn't fly and she uses her wings more for cutting the shit out of people. Like imagine all the tips of her wings are serrated blades, but then also shielding people the same way that Lucifer does on the Lucifer TV show. Big difference there is because she's a vigilante, she wears a suit, the wings don't pop out of her back like Lucifer's. Magic does exist. There's some more mystical aspects to the Hawk and Dove character. They might introduce that later on, but it sounds like for when they first debut, it's mostly them being vigilantes, just being total badasses. They do kind of have superpowers. It's heightened strength, agility, speed, and regeneration. So think of it as a version of the abilities that Black Panther has when he takes in the heart-shaped herb, without some of the mystical side effects that we know of right now. But the title of episode 2, at least the placeholder title, was Hawk and Dove, so I'm assuming that that's the episode where they introduced them, because I did a video for episode 1, and right now it only seems like Robin, Raven, and Starfire are the really big characters introduced in the first episode, unless they changed some stuff since they released all that information. But she talks about the main thrust of season 1, so you have this Church of Blood Trigon over arc that they're doing from the comics, but the other big part of the season is in explaining why they decided to be vigilantes, why they decided to become the Titans team. The more mainstream characters like Robin, Raven, Starfire, you know a little bit more about them, but like they'll explain why it is someone like Starfire, who's the princess of an advanced alien race, chooses to live on planet Earth. She talks a little bit about them addressing their romance. Now, I think she's just talking about Hawk and Dove's romance. They have a really weird relationship in the comics. It sounds like they won't get too bogged down in the drama, but it is a big part of their characters. Like Hank Hall is a legitimate crazy person and needs her to balance him out. So I think that there'll probably be a couple moments in the season where you have fight scenes where he does cross the line just to show you how over the edge he is. But before she mentioned that, I actually kind of expected Robin to have chemistry with all the adult female leads on the show because Raven is going to be more of a teenager, so obviously she'll be more of a little sister to Robin, but there are several adult female leads that Robin has had romances with in the comics. Like he's had a romance with Starfire, he's had a relationship with Donna Troy, so naturally I just like, well, maybe they'll decide to have some sort of chemistry with the Dove character, but it sounds like they might not go there. I've seen one scene or a piece of a scene with Donna Troy, and the way she talks to him makes it sound like they either hooked up when they were younger or they wanted to hook up but just never consummated the relationship. So if he's going to be with any of the women this season, I'm assuming it's going to be Donna Troy, or they'll just tease that out because she's not main cast during season 1, but she'll be a regular during season 2. The rumor is that they've backdoor renewed it for season 2, but they haven't really said anything official about it because they haven't even launched the series yet. When she says she thinks she gave too much away, I think that was her talking about her character, Dawn Granger, being a ballerina growing up. So it just influences her fighting style. So imagine Sarah Lance being a little more graceful on her toes with giant 30-pound wings slicing people up. Probably the bigger detail, in case you missed it, is that she reveals that Titans will launch when they officially launch the DC Universe streaming service. The beta is launching in August, so I'm guessing that will run for a couple weeks, then they'll launch it officially after they worked out a couple more bugs. But day 1, when that does launch, you'll be able to get Titans. So because everybody is saying fall, and technically fall begins in September, I'm guessing the series launches in September, sometime middle towards the end of September, before the Flash, Arrow, all the DC TV shows come back. When you think about it that way, that's probably why they decided to delay the Young Justice Season 3 premiere, because we originally thought that they were going to premiere Titans around Comic-Con, which is like an extra month or two to air episodes, and they don't want to premiere Young Justice till they're done airing Titans. So if you're not premiering till September, that means the Titans will run for pretty much the rest of the year into December. Then they'll wait and launch Young Justice at the beginning of next year, but they haven't confirmed an official premiere date for that yet. Like I said, I'm just expecting, based on this evidence, like them waiting to premiere till after Titans is done. Titans ends in December, you wait just a couple weeks while everyone's on vacation, then you launch Young Justice Season 3. So just recalibrate your launch dates for those TV shows if you were wondering about Young Justice. The other big rumor that a lot of you were asking me about is that there were a lot of lesser news sites reporting that Seamus Denver was playing Trigon, or the human manifestation of Trigon, on Titan Season 1. We know he's playing a pretty big character, but they are keeping it relatively mysterious. I do believe he could pull it off, but if you've watched the Lucifer TV show, like, he's the devil. He's incredibly powerful, but he walks around looking like this. It would make sense that they would try to do something similar with Trigon if they were going to try and create a vessel for him to walk around in the real world, or at least communicate with people. Because you have to remember that he had to impregnate Raven's mother so that Raven would be born, and use her as a conduit so that he could enter our realm in final boss form. So you have to imagine that there might be a version of final boss form Trigon eventually on the series, but I don't know how they're going to handle that yet. Post all your requests in the comments below. There's a bunch of Ant-Man and the Wasp that I'll be posting in the next couple of days. There's been a new round of that Flash Ring giveaway going on. I'll just keep that open till I post new DC. So while you wait for everything, click here for my Titans Episode 1 video, and click here for my new Avengers 4 Phase 4 video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.